Hey guys, how you doing? Today we are talking about title insurance. Okay, why do you need title insurance when you are purchasing a home? What does that mean? What is escrow? We're going to talk to my good friend here, Bridget Dennison, who is an expert escrow officer. She's the best closer in the game. We're going to bring Bridget on right now.
Hi guys. All right.
Hey, Bridget, how you doing?
Good, Sasha.
So, guys, this is my good friend Bridget. Okay, Bridget is the absolute best closer in the game. Like I said earlier here, she has been a godsend for me when I was a brand new baby agent. Bridget took me under her wing, started teaching me the whole game when other people would not talk to me and help me understand this. And I had zero understanding of title insurance and what that meant. And so Bridget schooled me and she taught me that. So, Bridget, real quick, let's talk about it. What exactly is title insurance?
So, title insurance is just like any other insurance you get. It's like your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance. Except for title insurance protects you for the past. So, this protects your biggest investment that you're probably going to make in your lifetime. Um, Homeowners insurance protects you for like future stuff, right? If you have a claim, leaky roof, whatever, you're going to call your homeowners insurance. Well, we protect you if there was anything missed on title at closing. So let's just say there was a deceased person on title
Hmm. Hmm.
and we closed on it. Well, now a child wants this home, right? They're like, oh no, you shouldn't have sold this home. I have interest in it. So we protect you for something like that in the past that could come up. To fight for you to keep that home. That's your home. Our job is to make sure that that stuff isn't going to pop up.
Right.
When we're at closing, we try to make sure everything's perfect. It also could protect if there's a certain lien on the property that maybe was missed on title. So they can't go after you. Like we will cover you up to the sales price of the home. So if you purchase a $287,000 home, we are going to cover your attorney fees, everything free of charge up to $287, whatever your
So
sales
it's
price is.
true peace of mind for the biggest asset that you're going to purchase in your life.
So it's yours.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to worry about anybody else coming in and trying to take your home from you.
It's funny when you said that you brought up, hey, making sure that this is going to transfer ownership. Bridget and I guys had an issue one time where we had a client trying to buy a property who clearly couldn't buy it because the person who was selling it truly probably should have never owned that property, and they bypassed a descendant, if I believe, right? It was a crazy situation.
Yeah, they didn't go through. This is why it's important to go through a title company because we make sure the person that's selling you the home is actually the person that owns the home. So
Yeah.
in the situation Sasha and I had, they didn't go through a title company. They did a handshake agreement, had some attorney write up a warranty deed for them, and that was it. Well, the person was an heir. It was actually a distant heir. And they didn't have the right to sell that property. They were not a true owner of that property. So they didn't
Yeah.
take the proper steps.
And we couldn't track the actual person who had true ownership of the property down.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was a transaction we couldn't do. My client was not happy about it, but like I told him, if you buy this property and this person pops up one day, they have rights, and you're gonna have to deal with that. So you don't want to be in that situation.
No,
You don't wanna be-
I tell people all the time, you go through a title company,
Yeah,
me preferably. Um, but you really want a title insurance on your home.
yeah,
So there won't be any doubt in your mind that somebody's going to try and take your homestead away from you.
absolutely. And one thing I will say with this as well, Bridget, is for sale by owners out there, you got a lot of for sale by owners who are just trying to get and do contracts through a template they find at Office Depot or something like that. Even if you're not using a real estate agent, if your thing is to sell your house, you don't use a real estate agent, knock yourself out. But get you a really good title company and a good escrow officer to help you with this. And that is what Bridget can do. I mean, you help a lot of for sale by owners sell their houses like that, and they just have no idea what they're stepping into when it comes to title.
And correct. And they really don't understand the contract either.
True, true.
So yeah,
That's why they need me, but they
yeah,
they,
I
they do what they want to do, right? I get it.
yeah. So I do. I refer people whenever I for sale by owners. Please use a real estate agent. They're on your side. But I do help them through it. I'm not allowed to fill out the contract, but I will answer for sale by owners questions on the contracts.
And here's what a lot of folks don't understand. So, Bridget, when you're doing it, let's go through this. When you're doing a transaction, who do you work for? Let's say I bring you the buyer. Do you work for me and my buyer?
Oh, I work for you, the buyer, the seller, and the seller's agent, and if there's a lender involved. So we're one big team. We all work together. I don't play favorites. Yes, I love you, Sascha. But I am a neutral person. So, just because Sascha brought me the deal doesn't mean I'm going to favor him and his clients. You guys are all going to get my full attention.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to tell you, that's a big thing. And I love that about Bridget. I mean, we have a great relationship and everything, but she is a neutral party when it comes down to this. And I know that I got to come correct because Bridget's going to make sure I come correct. And I have worked other transactions with other escrow officers, and they were clearly favoring one side over the other, especially when it comes to working with an investor, right? Or some investors come with their own escrow company that basically they really kind of own. And you don't know what you're going to get when that situation pops up. Bridget can't do as I want. I wish she would, but she won't anyway. That's not how this whole thing works. She's going to do what she's supposed to do to help the seller and the buyer through the transaction. And so that is huge. That is big. I think we all need to have a professional like Bridget in our life when it comes down to this thing. So I do appreciate that about you.
Thank you. And both clients know, hey, they can call me on my cell phone or text me if they have any questions. I'm available. And if I can't respond right away, I make sure I shoot you a text and say, hey, I'm going to call you back. Yeah. And that goes for the seller and buyer. It just doesn't have to be the real estate agents either, because buyers have lots of questions. This is usually their first home, and it's a new process. And we try to walk them through it. They get an email from us. Every time we do something on the file, they get an update and they get step-by-step guides on what's to happen next.
Okay. So Bridget, real quick, walk us through a typical closing. How does that work? Closing day, from your perspective, what is a buyer and seller going to be looking for
on the day of closing? Mm-hmm. All right, so
that's your day.
Closing day is my favorite day because I finally get to meet the buyer and the seller face to face, and it's such a great feeling helping people get into their new home. So the day before closing, though, you will get an email saying, hey, this is how much you need to bring to the closing table. These are the parties that need to be here at closing, and kind of like what to expect. So for a seller closing, it's usually 20 to 30 minutes.
It's really that fast, guys. And she's efficient.
And then buyer sides, it changes. Like it's anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. It just depends on if the lender you're working with, if they have you sign electronically sign documents ahead of time or not. But typically I plan an hour for the buyers. And I explain the documents. I mean, I don't go line by line, but I give you guys like, hey, this is what it means.
And I have seen some clients who want to go line by line.
And I'll do that. That's what they want.
Here's the thing what I would tell you to be prepared for closing. Mr. Buyer, make sure you have every understanding, every question you need to have answered by your lender when it comes to your loan financially. So you understand your interest rate. Make sure you have a good and vast understanding of your payment. The last thing we want to do is to have someone get to the closing table and really not understand what they're getting into. Because you're signing a lot of paperwork, and I can understand how that can freak you out, But if you're working with my lenders and myself, we're going to make sure you really have a good understanding. And I think Bridget can attest to that. With my folks, make sure they're prepared. But then there's been some times when people come to the table because they're not working with one of our preferred lenders, and I'm looking at Bridget like, I hope this happens. I don't know what's going to happen, because it may even be my first time seeing that. So just know this as an agent, guys, understand. Your lender can't just send me your financial documents. It doesn't work that way. You have to send them over. If you want me to look at that for you, I can do that for you. It's a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but I do understand it enough to answer questions. I always tell you, go back to your lender to have those questions answered. But if you get confused within the situation, yes, we can look at that for you and make sure that you have a good understanding. Because closing day is supposed to be a happy day. Smiling, taking pictures, doing some crazy TikTok videos, all that stuff. Not you feel like you're being duped. Okay. So we will make sure you have a wonderful time with that.
Yep.
All right. So real quick, Bridget, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here. They can reach you one more time. Where?
At Texas Secured Title, 682-463-0234. And my email is also listed down there below. I'm not going to read it out. It's very long, but you can always email me as well.
All right. All right, guys. This is Bridget Dennison, and I'm Sascha Chatman with Chatman Realty Group. And if you're looking for a good real estate agent, and you want an excellent closer, we are the team for you. I'm trying to tell you, she's good. She's really good. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you want to get started as a first-time home buyer, click on the link down below. We have a free online home buying course for you to jump on. Bridget's in the course. She's explaining some of the things you just learned now. Again, I'll be giving you lots of content and information as well about the home buying process from A to Z. Go at your own pace, but you will learn this process through us. All right. Hope you have a blessed day, guys. Peace.
Bye.